Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful, my dear brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, we're here today. We're starting with a new series of lectures on fiqh, jurisprudence, i.e. the fiqh. The jurisprudence, the fiqh, is divided to many sections. It depends on the ulamas. There's some say they put it as a 3, some they say 4, some they make it 5. Making it different sections, it does not matter. They're all one. Because the ulamas, they make one part that has to do with al-ibadat, the worshipping. The second part is to do with transaction, the business, and another one is to do with the family rules and regulation, and then the other one is to do with the judging and other rules and regulation, with the judge and the food and clothing and other things goes into it. It depends on how the scholars they divided these sections. Inshallah, we will be starting with the fiqh in tahara. We will be starting with the i.e. the tahara is the part of al-ibadat, the worshipping. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Kitab al-tahara, i.e. the purification, the book of purification. Why the ulamas they started with the book of the purification? Because your salat is based on the purification, on the tahara. If your tahara is not correct, then your salat is not correct as well and is not accepted as well. So that's why the scholars they said they put the first thing is the tahara. So you make sure that you wash and you clean yourself well before you start the ibadah. Before you start the ibadah, you have to do this very well, so your salat will be accepted. كتاب الطهارة المياه التي يجوز بها التطهير 7 مياه, i.e. the waters that we can use and is permissible for us to use it for the purification act, i.e. tahara, is 7 water. There are 7 waters that we can use for tahara, for the act of purification. Al-ma'u as-sama, the water that comes from sky, i.e. the raining. Wal-ma'u al-bihar, the sea water. Wal-ma'u al-nahr, the river water. Wa-ma'u al-bi'r, a well water. Wa-ma'u al-ayn, the ayn is a river, but it's very smaller. The water comes from one small part and goes, sometimes becomes bigger. Anyway, so it's similar as a nahar, the river. وَمَاءَ الثَّلْجِ, i.e. the snow. وَمَاءَ الْبَرْدِ, i.e. the hailstone water. Those are the 7 waters that we can use for tahara, to clean ourselves with. Those 7 waters that we can use is divided into 4 parts. ثم المياه على 4 أقسام. Then the waters are divided to 4 parts. That 7 water, we just name it as a water. That water is divided to 4 parts. طاهر مطهر غير مكروه وهو ماء المطلق, i.e. the first part is the water that is tahir, it's clean, and mutahhir, and it cleans, غير مكروه, and is not disliked, i.e. we can use it. There is no problem of using the water. وهو ماء المطلق, it is the water that is the main water. When you say ماء المطلق, المطلق here, it means the water that is on the characteristic of water, i.e. the main water that it comes from the 7 water that we said, i.e. that it has not been changed by anything. It is the main water that we know it. Nothing has changed with it. So this is the water, this is the first water that we can use. The main water that nothing has changed with it. The second water is, the second part, it is طاهر مطهر مكروه وهو الماء المشمس. The second water is clean, طاهر, it is clean, ومطهر, and it cleans, but it is makruh, i.e. is disliked. Why is that? وهو الماء المشمس. What is this water that is clean and it cleans but is disliked? I.e. it prefer to not use it. We prefer to not use it. That is the water that has stayed under the sun for a long time. الماء مشمس. That has stayed under the sun for a long time. So we should not use that water. Which in the future, inshallah, we will come to different opinions on ulama on these matters. But here we try to do simple. Inshallah, in the future we come back again and do in deep on these rules and regulations. So now we know the second water is best to not use it. But you can use it. The water that is under the sun for a long time is best to not use it. But if you use it, it's okay. The third part of the water is وطاهر غير مطهر وهو ماء المستعمل والمتغير بما خالطه من الطاهرات. The third part of water is, it's clean by himself. The water is clean, is fine. But it is غير مطهر, i.e. it cannot cleanse, it cannot be used for tahara. وهو الماء المستعمل. It is the water that has been used before. It is the water that has been used before. So that this water we cannot use it because it has been used before. Then we cannot use it now. Or it's not been used, but والمتغير بما خالطه من الطاهرات. But something clean has been added to it and it changed it. That's why we cannot use it. Something clean has added to this water, went into this water, okay? When it went into this water, it changed the water. It has not been used, but this clean thing went into the water, so that's why we are not allowed to use it. Because something went into the water. The fourth type of water is وما حلت فيه نجاسة وهو دون قلة أو كان قلتين فتغيرت. The fourth part of the waters are the water that وما حلت فيه نجاسة is the water that something impure or dirty or unclean went into the water. Okay? Went into the water, and the water is دون قلتين, which we will come to it later on. What is the قلتين? أو كانت قلتين فتغيرت. Or it is قلتين and it changed. i.e. something went into the water and that thing is dirty. When it's dirty, it makes the water unclean that we cannot use it. And we cannot use that water. What is قلتين? قلتين 500 رطل بالعراقي. i.e. the قلتين is, by nowadays, the ulamas, the scholars has different opinion on it. Some they say is 204 liters by the liter, i.e. nowadays. Some they say 307, some they say 160, some they say 270. It depends on the scholars how they look at it in the different angles. But mainly, if we say it's 204, is okay. 204 liter of water is too much. It's not a little, it's too much. 204 liter is too much water. If we want to make sure nowadays, we can use a centimeter. If it is 45 centimeter, the tall, the height, the length, and the umq, the deep, how deep it is. So if you have something that is like this, 45 centimeter, then you put the water in it and then you know. So this is a qullatain. Qullatain is, we can say 204 liter or 45 centimeter, the width and the height and the deep. 45 centimeter, 45, 45. You times it and the measure will come out for you. So this is a qullatain. So if a water is 204 liter and something unclean went into the water, what is the Islamic rules for this water? If the water changed, whether the smell or the taste or the look, one of these three changed, then the water is unclean. We cannot use it. Even if it is 204, we cannot use it. But if it didn't change, then you can use that water and it's fine. Because we have to make sure that the water that you use, it's clean. Because if it is not clean, then our tahara, the purification is not clean as well, is not accepted as well. So that's the important thing that we have to know. So now we know that the waters are divided to four parts, which is the ma' al-mutlaq, the main clean water, and ma' mushammas, the water that is under the sun. These two, it's okay. We can use them. The third and the fourth water, that is the water that has something clean went into it, or is being used, and it is and the water has something unclean went into it. So those the last two, we should not use it and be away from it. And the first two, we can use it for tahara. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.